on summer activities this summer?
My wife's going to be birthing a child.
Yeah, that's going to be your activity.
That'll be my activity is going to be changing diapers.
Yeah, man, brother.
And getting probably peed on.
Because it's a boy.
It's a boy.
Yeah, you're going to get peed on.
Yeah. So.
I've only been peed on once.
Only once?
Yeah, but I tend to get my 2-year-old's diapers.
Okay.
More.
Yeah, those are tougher.
The girl. Yeah, it's just my wife. I don't know. The way it kind of works out. I haven't changed as much of his diapers.
Okay.
I was holding him to put him in the bath, and he peed on me.
Okay.
So it wasn't like a
yeah. I've heard that
the air thing.
The stream is violent.
Yes.
And like a just super soaker, but very concentrated.
It's also warm.
And warm.
It's warm.
Yeah.
Speaking of warm. Things are starting to get a little warm for Selena and Rowan in our book, Heir of Fire.
Heir of Fire.
We finished it.
Yeah, we did. We finished it.
Once again, we are a couple guys read, not a couple guys reading.
That's right. Ever so often we change our name.
Tex, we have finished another book.
We've got another one under our belt. It feels good.
It does. It does. Once again, here we are. The second half was better than the first.
Yeah, I think that's a theme with these books.
All right, so let's get into a little plot summary there. For those who are familiar, unfamiliar, haven't been familiar in a while, I'll just kind of read off here. So we rejoin...
in the wild lands of Wendlin, Selena Sardothian is forged anew under the brutal training of Prince Rowan. Oh. I had to take it from you there, sir. I had to take it from you, sir. This is my bit, nay, not yours.
I never see it coming.
Through pain and memory, she claims her true name, Aelin Galathanesius. And she is the starting center for the Milwaukee Bucks. And also heir to Terrasanna. Together, they confront and destroy the ancient Valg princes.
Yeah.
Demonic invaders sent by darker powers. Her victory earns her audience with Queen Maeve, who offers answers, but demands Rowan remain in her court because he drank her blood.
Yeah, I was not a fan of that.
So weird. Aelin defies her, and Rowan, choosing loyalty over blood, swears the sacred blood oath to his queen. Back in Adalin, Prince Dorian, wait.
It's Kale that's the womp womp.
I got the two confused.
Yeah, it's because they're the same character.
Well, anyways, Prince Dorian, struggling to hide his burgeoning magic, falls in love with healer Sorsha, who aids him in secret.
Sorsha.
Meanwhile, Kale Westfall, now that one worked, allying with Aedion Ashriver.
Well done.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you, sir. Uncovers the king's dreadful weapon, Wordstone.
Wow. Well, that was your plot summary.
Used to enslave and possess men with demonic force.
But we were done.
The king strikes swiftly. We're not done, Sam.
That's right.
Sorsha is executed.
Oof.
Without warning, her head is cleaved straight off.
Yeah.
And in Dorian's grief, his magic erupts.
Yep.
The kingdom trembles. War is coming.
I'm scared to talk now.
We're good. We're done.
Oh, man. The ending. Things sped up. For the second third time in a row, I find myself saying the first half was boring. The second half picked up. It was way better.
Yeah, definitely way better.
Now I'm frustrated at this point.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, can you...
She has a thing.
It's a pacing thing, though.
She does have a pacing
Because the
issue.
second one was just like the first half, we're just traveling along in a nice Toyota Camry. Yeah. We're going 45, but also like an old lady has gotten out in front of us on the road, and we're trying to decide, do we like pass her? There's not a yellow dotted line. What do we do?
Sure.
And then she's like, you know what? Actually, this is a sports car. Like away we go, NASCAR style.
We just
full
screech
pace
out. Exactly.
Get rid of the Camry and
Heads
the old lady.
getting chopped off. All sorts of crazy stuff.
Just wild.
Very wild.
I didn't have time to stop and breathe.
No.
Which I kind of like that better. I remember when we talked to Amanda. She's like, one of the reasons that people like these books is because they're
page turners.
Right.
But the first half are not page turners.
Not.
Yeah.
I do want to update us on our purred count. Are you ready?
Where are we at?
We ended up at 10.
Okay, 10.
10 uses of the verb purred to describe how someone spoke. The
10.
last one was somebody who purred in the doorway when Dorian and Sorsha were trying to flee the castle. And I mean, we all knew they weren't going to get away, right?
No,
that somebody was going to be purring in the doorway.
I thought they were going to get away.
You're not going to leave. I'd be like, what? Oh, you're arresting me. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yes.
I thought you were like the cat from Five Goes West.
I'm arresting you, Dorian. Okay, you're doing it again, and it's starting to become weird. Like I would fear for my life and my girlfriend's life, but you're literally purring
You're
at me.
purring at me, so I'm not really scared.
Yes, we're taking you before the king. I know you have power.
Do you think that she thinks that she's just using purr? She's like, nobody's using purr. I'm going to use purr for
I wish I had
everything.
counted growled and snarled too.
Yeah, that happens.
But
That's
I would
animalistic.
have, been switching my phone every 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Like what happened to be saying he said?
Just that'll do it.
Nothing wrong with
No.
Kale said
Yeah.
something
Kale
depressing
said
and
this.
sad because he's brooding about how perfect Selena was and he lost her.
Yeah. Kale purred.
Kale purred.
He purred sadly.
Like I even understand if the what was Rowan's buddy's name? One of his buddies turns into a cat.
Yeah.
If he purred, that I
Makes
understand.
sense. But Rowan purrs, and he's an
Rowan purrs, Aedion purrs, the guard purrs.
Yeah.
I think the king purrs at one point.
I think he does.
Selena never purs
No. Well, she's
because
too good for that.
her alternate form is not an animal. It's a human.
That's true. She just becomes I think she had a third alternate form.
That's right.
She turned Super Saiyan.
She did go Super Saiyan.
She went Super Saiyan. She became more blonde, I think.
Like electric white.
Literally
right?
Super Saiyan.
Yeah. Honestly, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's Super Saiyan.
This is one of my notes, which I want to hear your notes after this. But one of my notes was, I guarantee you, I could look online and there's like that anime fan art style
Absolutely.
of the conversation where they're like, at least if you're going to hell, we'll be there together.
Oh, yeah.
I guarantee it. I could Google it right now.
Definitely.
Somebody has written that quote in like script.
Mm-hmm.
That was
Spiky
probably
hair, all that stuff.
like it was the most. That was probably the peak for me of just like this book is not for me. I can't handle this.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, at least if you're the queen of the underworld, like,
I'll be there with you.
I'll be there with you.
Yeah, I groaned. And my wife said, What happened? And I said, oh, it's just a terrible line from this book.
The other one that killed me was when she's leaving, she's talking to Rowan. She's like, and then I'll come back and we'll bring the stars down.
Yeah. Yeah. When I saw that, I ran out of my house. Just had to run down the street.
I think I went, like, just reading it almost woke up my son because I was like, good God.
Oh, it's so bad.
But what did you like? I loved Man in Blackbeak. I was shocked, but this was my favorite part of the story.
Yeah.
I didn't love the war games thing. It gave a nice opportunity for her character to have a payoff.
Yep.
I get it from that standpoint. I didn't love the war games because they're like, we're these evil witches. but don't kill or maim your friends.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
I'm like, these.
I mean, I gotta say again, Fourth Wing totally copied it. The war games.
It did, but at least Fourth Wing was like, oh, if you kill them, oops.
That's fall off that.
These are like
immediately.
supposed to be evil things. I don't think they'd have like rules about not
That's
hurting
true.
each other.
Yeah, why would they?
But I like the turn that's starting to happen. It was a little weird. Just like I saw unconditional love in that dragon's eyes.
Yeah,
that was a little weird, but I like where that's going. It surprised me.
Yeah,
it wasn't predictable.
Yeah.
The spider silk was a little weird.
Yeah. Why are there always big spiders in fantasy?
Ever since Shelob, man.
It's just Aragog. That was one of my notes. Was yes, spider silk, classic big spiders. There's always big spiders.
Yeah, and I hope they show up later, because if literally they were just like a 8-page aside for her to fix her dragon's wings, wyvern's wings, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, please don't confuse the two.
Yeah. But other than that, like I think, I don't know. Man in Black Beak was my favorite part of the story. I thought she was the best character. And I mean, I don't love witch stuff and normalizing witch stuff. I hope that. I mean, I don't want it to be like these are good witches and these are bad witches. To me, it's kind of like witches are kind of. Well, I guess Harry Potter.
Yeah, I think that was pretty clearly a different kind. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. I was raised in like a I was raised in the Bible Belt. You start using the word coven and witch and stuff, and I start to go, ooh.
Well, Sam, I was raised in a coven.
Anyways, what did you enjoy? What was your favorite part this time
I actually liked the battle at the end.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And here's what
the battle in the bubble.
The bubble. And you know what it reminded me of?
It reminded you of
Star Wars Episode 1.
I did not see that coming.
Yeah.
What?
When the Gungan battle with the droid army, they're in a huge bubble, and the droid army's like shooting at it, but they can't get through because there's a bubble that comes from the Gungans. And then
these are shields.
This what was the
this was you really did this so you could make a Jar Jar Binks reference.
Yeah, I wanted to be like Usa. Whoops, the
Jedi.
The planet core.
Can I tell you there's certain like movie quotes and references that just live in my subconscious, and this is so when Jar Jar. Second time we've done this, but it's so funny. when the droids all die, and Josh is like, "These are broken." When something is broken in my head, like anything, like if my something in my car is broken, I'm like, in my head, I go, "These are broken." Why?
Jar Jar. The group of fish.
Big boomers. There's always a bigger fish. Anyways, that's our token episode 1 reference. We can never bring it up again.
It's like pod racing.
Okay, there's another one that
says Darth Vader.
Have you in the pod racing scene where what is the Sebulba? He says Pujo. Stuck in my head. Pujo. I'm so sorry.
Also,
I'll be driving down the road randomly. This happened like 3 weeks ago. Pujo.
Also, it's like a curse word for you.
That's right. That's right.
Somebody cuts you off, and they think that you're saying some bad word, and you're going, Pooju!
They're actually really mad at me for referencing episode 1.
Also, in that whole pod racing part, remember that like Campbell that just farts and then like looks back?
He takes a poop.
It takes a poop. Looks back and it's like, whoa. And then Jar Jar's,
oh my god,
that was in a Star Wars movie.
Oh man. Anyways, we should just have a list of things we can't reference on the show. I would put Star Wars in there.
Yeah.
I would put Twilight in there, even though Rowan bit her like 14 times in this book.
Yeah.
Like how? Oh, and I hated the ending when he drank her blood.
It was like sad.
Well, it's like, did she not think about the movie of this, of the TV show, whenever they make it? Because I mean, I'm assuming somebody has the rights. But imagine like you have this big buildup.
Yeah.
Hey, don't you knock on the CW?
This is made for CW.
I'm an Arrow fan. I'm just kidding.
I knew that about you.
Really, it's Supergirl. Anyways, imagine the ending scene. There's this climactic thing where she's claimed her throne. She's just won Rowan's freedom. It's a huge twist. And he's like, what are you doing? Like literally bending down to suck blood from her
It's like
wrist.
he doesn't know how to exist not being.
Do you see that scene in your head? It's so weird.
It's very weird. It makes me think of like immediately he's freed from his blood slavery from the queen, and then he's like groveling, like, give me your arm.
That's right.
I need to.
He's like Grima Wormtongue in Lord of the Rings.
He is.
I only ever served you.
That's good, Grima. Pooju!
There will be women and children. Anyways, I did not like that, but I thought the ending was. I mean, I felt it.
Yeah, I mean, it was.
I'm talking about the Sorsha part. The battle was good.
Yeah.
I liked when it was like we've been betrayed. We got betrayed by like a red shirt from Star Trek. It's like.
Yeah, nobody. It was like it was Greg.
Yeah, it's like Greg let them in.
Dadgummit, Greg.
And then also they were like.
And it didn't really matter because
there was no cost. She was like they only killed 15 of us because they were trying to take us prisoner.
I thought that Emma was going to die, or one of the
somebody. I mean, there's got to be consequences, and I'm sure it's coming. Maybe she didn't want to kill too many people because Sorsha did get it.
I mean, she
got it violently.
Yeah, that was kind of shocking.
She does this where it's like just like. Out of nowhere, something crazy violent.
That's true. There were gruesome murders the last 2 books.
There were, but also the dude that got bitten where it's like just his head and his feet were there.
Oh, yeah.
By the wyverns. And like it was talking about like he's like rolling around. Dorian's like rolling around in her blood. He's trying to put her head back on.
Yeah, it was very shocking. And it comes out of nowhere. It doesn't feel like you should expect this from the rest of the book. And then that happens.
I remember reading this and I was like, I want to like feel this scene, but him rolling around in her blood trying to put her head back on was like,
that was
his Game of like when I won't. If somebody's hasn't seen that, there is a scene where somebody gets executed in Game of Thrones. Is it that violent?
No.
Where I mean, it's like almost like
no, it's not that violent. I mean,
it almost becomes. Weirdly, I hate to say this word, comical when he's like trying to put her head back. Does it ever get to like?
I think she's trying to be like, how sad he loved her so much.
Yeah, you could done it differently.
Yeah, it's so weird because it is. I think she is thinking that she is like George R.R. Martin with this, and like anybody could die at any time, even beloved Sorsha, who you just met and I made up in this book, and she died.
You know who else might die? Is Nox.
Nox might go, Nehemia. That was her moment where she was like, that was her big, you referenced the shocking.
I mean, I didn't see it coming. My reaction was very shocked.
It was. You were very shocked. That was her Ned Stark.
I mean,
don't.
The audience just heard a bleep.
Okay.
Because we don't want to spoil anything.
I mean, if you haven't heard about that yet.
Yeah.
Come on.
I have some stuff up. No, let's do it. We got some Texas notes.
Yeah, we got some Texas notes.
There we go. Okay. Texas notes.
Okay. I picked up here. Selena is now tattooing Rowan. Like part 2 just starts with her just tattooing him.
Yeah.
And I said, this is really progressing. Cousin love. She made sure to say that her and Aedion's bloodlines were distant. But they are still cousins.
Yeah.
So he's definitely a romantic interest down the line.
And twice it gets mentioned as like, he would be a good match.
I
was like, except for he's your cousin.
But so distant. They just grew up together.
That's right. I mean, we're all distant cousins at that point, right?
Yeah, we're all cousins. And they just grew up together, just super distant bloodline.
Right. Adion's obsession with her was really creepy.
It is creepy, and it
Like,
begs.
he would die never seeing her.
Yeah, I'm in her room. Hallowed ground.
Those are her trinkets and figurines on the mantle.
This is her chess set and her pianoforte.
I noticed there's not a billiards table. She must not be interested.
She loves billiards. It begs the question, what's up with the cousin thing, Sarah? Because there's 2 cousin love interests.
Rowan is also a cousin.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's up with the cousins?
Maybe she's trying to do like a royal family of Europe thing. But even then, it wasn't like, oh, it's so romantic. Queen Egert of the Holy Roman Empire and Lord Francisco of Spain are distant cousins. It's not like they're in love. They're like, it'd be a good match and we can destroy England.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It also, but it does throw you off the scent of who she's going to end up with.
Which cousin? Yeah. Which cousin's the one? I'm going to say
Still
neither.
the one. Sorry.
Still the cousin. Okay, Selena almost burns herself up with her fire magic, and I'm honestly at this point hoping that she does so Manon can be the main character because Selena is boring. Okay, that's my hot take. No pun intended. She almost burns up, and I'm like,
It took
kind
me a
of she
second.
dies.
She almost burned out.
That's true.
But she almost burned out because she doesn't believe in herself.
Yes.
She doesn't believe that she's that powerful. This,
And it's also boring.
we have video now, so you can see me. If you, I mean, I have it. It's an imaginary soapbox, but I am standing up on it.
Sam's soapbox.
Talked about this a little last time, but I think I understand it more. Selena has a messiah complex.
Yeah.
And I am fine with messiah characters in books.
Okay.
Nothing wrong with it. Like, most characters have it. But there's also a psychological thing called a messiah complex.
Sure.
And I'm not saying she has a messiah complex. I'm saying it feels like this character is playing to it.
Yeah.
Of like, you're the one. You don't believe in yourself. No one notices you, but you have real power inside of you.
Exactly.
You are the one that can save yourself.
The Heir of Fire.
No one knows how great you are. But if you're gonna do like it's there's 2 different archetypes that Selena is, and it's just like she's the archetype of she's the very human character that we all relate to, just fine. But also the archetype of the Messiah.
Yes.
Those 2 things don't mix because the entire point of Messiah is to save flawed humans who can't save themselves.
Yeah.
Not that she's just the misunderstood, chocolate-loving, dog-loving assassin with a heart of gold who could murder anyone and has the greatest power of all time.
A body count of like thousands.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Am I barking up the wrong tree?
I
It just feels like it's like feeding into this, the wish fulfillment of it. I'm just kind of questioning at this point.
It's like, I think that she maybe played a lot of video games because Selena's kind of like a created character in a video game. Like your avatar is you're good at everything.
Yeah.
You're funny. Everybody loves you. Every person that meets you falls in love with you.
Is obsessed with you.
Yeah.
Not even falls in love, is obsessed.
Obsessed with you. And you're maxed out on everything and you're the Messiah.
Yeah. That feels harsh.
Yeah, it does. But I think you're on the right track. I mean, I do think it's
it could change because like there is some good like I mean I love the things of I enjoy the whole having to process like she has to come to terms with what happened to her and she has to heal before her magic can like that stuff is good.
Yeah.
I just found myself honestly it's what you said I get so annoyed that everybody's so obsessed with her.
Yeah. I'm like,
it's like saying like oh yeah everybody should be obsessed with you. It's like people aren't thinking.
It's like I don't really care about her. I care about Manon.
I do.
I stand with Manon.
I do.
Okay, speaking of Manning. Oh, Peyton Manning. Who's got the ball? Peyton Manning's got the ball. Where is he? In the end zone. That was my John Ward
Manning
impression.
Blackbeak.
Manning Blackbeak. The
She's
best
up there
wyvern rider.
She's on her wyvern Omaha.
They call her the sheriff. Speaking of Manning. What is the crossing? I was trying to picture in my head what the crossing was.
Okay, I will defend this. This was good. There's in the is it the Farian Gap?
Yes.
There's these 2 large mountains on either side of the gap.
Okay.
And I think both of them have like internal tunnels and stuff.
Okay.
One's where they keep the wyverns, one's where the witches stay.
Okay.
And like the rite of passage
Is
even though this wyvern riding thing has just been invented, the rite of passage of all time is to fly. I don't know if like when they could fly on brooms, that was a thing.
yeah.
I don't think so because they don't belong in this kingdom.
It kind of was funny to me picturing them flying around on brooms with
'cause
their their windshield eyes.
This is like the comic witch thing is the flying on brooms.
Yeah.
And so when you pull it in like this epic fantasy, it's kind of funny.
Yeah. Just like,
but I did like the two mountains thing.
Yep.
And
It reminded
inside
me of
they had to
Legend
fly
of Zelda.
across. But I was also like, she's like, he's too scared to make the crossing. It's like he just jumped off a cliff.
I know.
Last chapter. I think he's gonna be fine.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I did like that. So
Okay. All right.
I've never really been super bothered by her world building.
Yeah, I just had a hard time picturing what it was, but you explained it to me
There you go, yeah.
adequately.
I love me some good. I'm a map reader, geography.
Yeah.
I like to visualize.
Well, visualizing that, it reminds me of the Twin Peaks in the game Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild.
I wasn't a Zelda guy. Please inform me.
An amazing game. You should play it sometime. There's two mountains that have been carved by a river, and they're right next to each other.
Oh.
And they're like mirror mountains, but they have like literally like cut in half.
So this plays into your theory that she's played a lot of games. Maybe she was inspired by.
It does, but I think this game
Breath of the
came
Wild.
after. Maybe it was around the same time. I don't know.
I want to say this was 16 or 17.
Yeah, well, it was close. Okay, I had this line. Every damn day. The periods. The period, like, is just, I don't like it. I hate that kind of writing, to be honest with you.
Those are usually my go-tos to make you read from Fourth Wing, was whenever we had a period.
That's true.
But there was also usually an F-bomb in those.
That's true. Yeah, I couldn't really read that one.
So freaking beautiful.
I hate him so much. That doesn't work. Cut that out. Terrible.
Lady Vols.
Lady Vols, Kim Caldwell, going all the way.
Kim Cardamom. Okay, anyways.
Okay. Now this is towards the end of the book. We're ripping off the resurrection stone moment from Harry Potter when all her loved ones reappear to her.
That one, I think, it kind of resonated. Like I started to kind of feel like, oh, this is kind of cool. But it was also confusing where it was like sometimes they were like good versions, but also sometimes they were like demon versions.
Yeah, they were like, you don't listen to yourself.
Right. I was really kind of lost. Also, I hate when books do this, and this is not just this book that does it. It happens all the time in any kind of book where they're like, the action is building. He raised the sword.
Yeah.
Back in his childhood, he was thinking about
Yeah.
on a day he was playing with toys in the living room.
Yes, the flashback.
I'm like, no.
Yeah. I don't care about the
earlier
flashback.
in the book.
And then it's like and then like the maid that helps her is like the main person
Marion
that she sees in this like vision, and I'm like,
Yeah.
we just were introduced to this character, and now
Right.
she is like the fulcrum on where
Yeah.
this like the victory needs to happen.
And it was good. That stuff was good. I liked the stuff from the flashback, the Lady Marion, kind of getting that picture. It just needed to come earlier.
Yes, have it earlier.
I just didn't like that it was like, I hate when it's basically once you transition into like the final fight.
Yeah.
Don't flashback.
Yeah.
Don't just cut away from the action. Be like, because it really is like imagine if Frodo and Gollum were wrestling on the edge of the fires of Mount Doom. Frodo saw Bilbo's party back in the Shire. He was sitting there drinking a tankard of ale. And he was thinking about how nice it would be to have a ring on my finger. You know, it's...
And then it's like all of a sudden, proud feet!
Or imagine Star Wars Episode 1. The Trade Federation ship is blowing up. And Jar Jar is thinking about when he found a frog under a lily pad.
Who saw the frog, sir? Who saw you, sir? Group of fish!
Pooju!
Oh, I love it. Oh, man.
I have one note whenever you're done. It's
No,
just,
give that
Sam note is, this is my only note.
Okay.
My goodness, let the dog die. How many times in this book have we been like, they're running. This horrible thing has happened. They've killed Sorsha. We have to leave the castle. Kale went back to get the dog.
I know. She introduced the dog and then did not know what to do with it.
I love dogs. I have nothing against dogs, but once again, take any.
Why is the dog here? She
can you imagine if in the Avengers Endgame, Thanos is about to snap? They're like, get out of the town. And Tony Stark's like, but my dog. It's like,
yeah. It's
just.
Look, I would do anything.
Or just ignore it. Don't say anything.
Yeah, I mean, I think that she overextended herself making a cute animal sidekick and then did, like, literally, I thought the dog would go with her to Wendland. No, the dog stays with Dorian. She never thinks about the dog.
And only appears one time. Well, it sleeps in the bed with Dorian.
That's right. But, like, she never brings, I think she doesn't know what to do with the dog. And
Selena's that terrible person who, like, just left their dog with somebody. It's like, oh, I got this dog.
Yeah.
But I still want to be able to go to like Bali and to Sion. So can you watch my dog for me?
Hey, I have this dog. It's like 800 pounds. It's called Fleetfoot, and I'm going to Ibiza for the weekend. It might actually be 6 months, but you can watch the dog.
Also, he only eats pet-only food. It's the fancy one with the actual beef chunks in it. You have to refrigerate it. It's about $1,000. You can buy it. It's fine.
So if you try to call me, I'm in Ibiza, and so I probably can't pick up the phone.
Sorry, I can't hear you. We're hearing a live set from Tiesto. How's the dog?
They're filming Below Deck here right now.
There it is.
They're filming Below Deck in Ibiza.
Are they really?
Yeah.
That's the one they're filming right now?
That's, they just did that one, actually. They're not filming it right now. It aired. It was Mediterranean. That's Captain Sandy. This was Sailing Yacht. I'm sorry, I'm getting them confused.
It's fair.
Captain Glenn.
But you like Captain Sandy.
Captain
Glenn's
Sandy's
the Australian.
No, Captain Glenn's Canadian. Australian's Captain Jason.
I'm going to captain this ship there, eh?
Yeah, he is the nicest one. And
we're going to take this ship down to, it's a beautiful little harbor in the Bahamas. It's called Eleuthera.
I've been sailing ships for a long time.
Oh yeah, when the best thing is when you're at a harbor and you can watch the I can get the Leafs game. Very exciting stuff. Yeah. I love being able to just sit in that port. Everybody's below deck.
Yeah, you know about that.
And I've got Austin Matthews scoring goals on my TV. It's great.
That's how Captain Glenn is. Captain Glenn's so nice. When people leave the boat, he literally sprints back up to the boat as they're like walking away and honks the horn on the boat 3 times, and then they always turn back and they're like, Glenn.
Love Glenn.
He's great.
I don't even know
him. Okay. The blood oath stuff, weird and silly.
Yeah.
Don't like it. Terrible. Honestly, it's the worst part about it.
It's kind of icky.
Yeah, and then at the end, I thought this was a bit of I forgot about, honestly, the whole final battle and then the stuff with the king and Dorian and Sorsha. I totally forgot about the witches, and then all of a sudden she goes back to the witches.
Yeah, I didn't love that either.
Yeah, and
even though it was my favorite storyline.
Same. But at that point, all that stuff had happened, and it was crazy, and I forgot about it. And then it kind of felt like I was kind of bummed to go back there.
It's almost like a post-credit scene before the credits.
Yes, I guess that's what she wanted it to feel like. But
the war games, where you can't hurt or kill your enemies.
That's right. And the thing that I noticed most, the thing that stuck with me about these war games and the whole witch final part was that she was called the wing leader. I think she has a case against Rebecca Yarros. You can have dragons, you can have all this other stuff that's like kind of similar because a lot of these fantasy tropes have this stuff, but wing leader
that you earn after winning the games.
Yes.
Unless there's a universe crossover.
There might
Have you considered that?
I don't know.
It's like Selena falls down, and there, standing in the corner, with his beautiful neck, is Xaden Rice.
I mean, that.
And for some reason, his shirt is off, and his back is very scarred.
And he's like,
it's trembling deltoids.
What would happen with the males in this universe? They would spontaneously combust. You've got Selena. Mm-hmm. Everybody loves her over here. You got Violet. Everybody loves her over here. Sorengale. Yeah. And they wouldn't know what to do.
We gotta go back. We've got to go back to Navarre at some point.
We're gonna have to.
We'll just read on the internet what spicy chapters to skip.
Yeah, we'll do that.
So, any more notes, or can we do our fantasy scorecard?
I think that's it. Let's go scorecard.
Let's do this. Remember, the series is sitting at 1-1. I think it was the kicker for me. Game 1 was the dress with knives underneath it.
Yeah, which was it?
And last game, you swiped it late.
I
can't
did.
remember exactly
it was
what
a last minute victory.
Yeah, so we're heading into this with a clean slate.
Mm-hmm.
Since you won last time, I'll go first.
Okay.
Deal?
Yeah.
My first prediction was, even though the story is now hundreds of miles from him, we will have a chapter where Cale bums everyone out with his sadness. Thank you.
Check mark there.
That was anytime he appeared on screen.
Yeah.
He was just over there like,
That was like you had stolen the ball like right from the first tip and you were just going in for a layup.
I mean, that one was like I was filming your practices. Yeah. It was too easy.
Because you were Connor Stallions on that one.
That's right.
Okay, my first one was Selena meets other Fae in Windland and finds a new Fae love interest.
Boom.
I think I got that one.
1-1.
Yep.
Rowan, her cousin.
Her cousin.
You would think we would have been like, oh, all those are her cousins. She can't have a love interest there. Guess again.
No, not in Sarah's universe.
Not in Sarah's universe. I wonder if she has cousins. Anyways.
Let's not think about that.
My next prediction was someone in Windland will marvel at Selena's Fae powers being rare and having not been seen in hundreds of years.
Check.
Ching.
That was a great one.
Once again, probably too easy.
Yeah, but I
Set
think
the bar real low, but
if it's there, take it.
You know,
you want to get the dub.
That's right.
Okay,
That's
my next one was Selena's love interest turns out to be evil, kind of a Frozen situation. They might even sing a song. Off on that. So far.
For now.
Because
he is ice.
That's true.
So he could be. He could.
That's true.
Get upset, go in the mountains, build an ice tower, and find out who he truly is.
That's true. That's very
Conceal,
true.
Don't feel. I don't know.
Don't let the. I love that song by Adele Dazeem. The wickedly talented.
There will be something in Windland that is irrelevant to the plot, painfully out of place, a candy factory, a day spa, a brunch place, or a winery. Thank you very much. We had a confectionery. She went and got some chocolates. And what was the phrase they used? She charmed the hell out of that town with her love of confections.
She's just skipping around.
I'm 3 for 3 right now. I just want to say, like, this is...
Yeah, you're really doing well.
This is Team Martin versus South Carolina in 1998. Right. I just haven't missed.
Complete for a touchdown. That was the line from John Ward. Go Vols.
Let's just accept that we're a local Knoxville podcast. And that's who we want to be.
Somebody in like Ireland's going to listen to that and be like, who's this John Ward they speak of?
Well, they're already like, what's this Litton's restaurant? We made a Litton's reference on the first episode. So.
Oh, love that. Okay. Cale, after getting dumped by Selena, joins the regular army and goes to war to avoid being bodyguard. He wants to prove himself a man. He gets gravely injured and maybe dies. Fingers crossed.
I think that would have been better than what happened.
Yeah. I think he's on the path to kind of doing the war.
You may
thing.
have picked it too early.
Yeah, I think that's kind of my theme with these picks. I was a little far.
That was me last game. I felt like I had some stuff that was too early.
Yeah.
Like, I still think she's going to, well, she's not the king. If she tries to be the king's champion in one of the next books, the king's going to try to get her to kill Dorian.
Yeah.
My fourth one, we will meet one of Nehemia's brothers and he will be hot.
Missed that one. But that one, again, I think it's coming down the line.
Could happen.
Selena has a Fae teacher and he/she is like Yoda. I don't think I had that one.
Yeah,
I would not.
If you hadn't added the Yoda, I might have given it to you.
But that would have been too. It would have been too simple. I think it had to be more. I had to be pinpointing there.
Right.
And he's definitely not like Yoda.
So our score is currently 3-2.
Yep.
Me in the lead. So if I get this one, it's over.
Yep.
The king is going to invade a country and kill a lot of people, and no one will see it coming.
That's it. You got it. The great.
This was one of my better performances.
Yeah, you absolutely were on fire.
I'm the Heir of Fire. You know, I didn't know my own power. I just needed to believe in myself.
This is a power that I have not seen in a millennia.
In hundreds of years. Thank you.
Well done,
your last
Sam.
One, the little consolation.
My last one, this doesn't matter, but Selena, who was a great, she was a great Tejano singer back in the day. Shout out Corpus Christi, Texas. That's where my wife's from. Selena immediately is the bestest fae around and has no issues using her new powers. She defeats a great evil. By the end of the book, her lover turns out to be the big bad. I went back to the evil thing.
That'd have been good, but
that was too specific.
She specifically was very bad at being a fae.
Yeah, exactly. So I didn't get that one. But she is the bestest.
It is the bestest, but that was a tough one.
Yeah.
Well, I'll take the dub.
Congrats.
You know, we did a lot of things well. It just comes down to our preparation. And I just want to say all thanks to our team. You know, our team at the shop really put us in a position to win. But it's about preparation. You know, anything is possible, and we're excited to head to game 4 with the lead. So can't wait.
And Sam, again, your performance was amazing. And you know, that's so wonderful hearing you praise your teammates. But what are you going to do? How are you going to celebrate this?
Oh man, I'm going to celebrate by going and getting ready for the next book. I mean, you know, you don't win in March by sitting on your laurels. There's still more games to win. So I think it's Queen of Shadows time. Or is it?
It's not, Sam. It's not. We need a palate cleanser.
A little palate cleanser, and you selected this one.
Yeah. Oh, okay. My palate cleanser book is a lovely little tome. It's a novella by one of my newly christened favorite authors, Denis Johnson.
Denis Johnson.
It's a book called Train Dreams.
Train Dreams.
And so
I'm just repeating what you say.
I love the echo that I'm hearing. Denis Johnson, this is him. If you're watching on video, that's Denis Johnson. He is he passed away a few years ago.
2018, I think.
Yes. Yeah. And he was one where there's like a literary like YouTube channel. I'll have to link it, but this guy like goes through Pulitzer winners. He's like really great. And this book should have won the Pulitzer Prize in 2012, but no prize was awarded that year. Yeah, no prize.
They can do that?
They can do that. Apparently they can do whatever they want.
It's like the Hall of Fame in baseball. You got to get a certain amount of votes. It's not about...
Yeah, it's very weird. It's only happened a couple times, and this was one. And it really bums me out because this is a beautiful Western from Denis Johnson, who like really should have been acknowledged for his work. Yeah. And so we're going to read this book. It's like only like a little over 100 pages.
You want to read the Dust Jacket? You don't have to do the dragon voice.
Yeah, this doesn't need a dragon's voice. But here's the Dust Jacket. Denis Johnson's Train Dreams is an epic in miniature, one of the most evocative and poignant fictions. Robert Grenier is a day laborer in the American West at the start of the 20th century, an ordinary man in ordinary times. You were close
towards it.
Yeah. Buffeted by the loss of his family, Grenier struggles to make sense of this strange new world. As his story unfolds, we witness both his shocking personal defeats and the radical changes that transform America in his lifetime. Suffused with the history and landscapes of the West, its otherworldly flora and fauna, its rugged loggers and bridge builders, this new novella by the National Book Award-winning author of Tree of Smoke, another good book, captures the disappearance of a distinctly American way of life. Train Dreams.
Man.
Yeah. That's what we're going to read.
And he lived that life, right? Like he kind of was like a...
Yeah, he was...
drug addict for a while?
Yeah, he lived a hard life. He's from, I think he's from Oregon.
Okay. He's a military kid, I think I read.
He's a military kid. And so the thing that's so cool about Denis Johnson is...
Yeah, what made you pick this one?
Well, so when I heard about him, I was like, oh, I want to read this. And I read Tree of Smoke, and I read Train Dreams, and I read a couple of his other works. And he does not write the same book twice.
Oh. Okay.
He does whatever he wants to do. And they're so distinct from each other, his books. He does some like kind of crime, like California crime. He does some a Western, like in Train Dreams. Tree of Smoke is like a psychological Vietnam book.
Yeah.
Set during the Vietnam War and like psyops. Like it is a wild book. It is good, but it's like it's kind of I would read this first.
Yeah.
But Yeah, so I think he is a beautiful writer.
Yeah.
And I think I hadn't heard of him until I heard about the 2012 Pulitzer Prize kerfuffle where he should have probably won and didn't. And another book that was up for it was Swamplandia by Karen Russell, which apparently is another good book.
Heard of that one?
Yeah, it has like a alligator on the cover.
Yeah,
but neither of them won. For some reason, they just decided no prize, and it's such a shame. But because of that, I learned about Denis Johnson, and this actually is honestly one of my favorite books now.
Nice.
So I'm excited for you to read it, and
cool.
I'm going to reread it. So yeah.
Good. All right. Well, we'll see you next time with Train Dreams, and then after that,
it's back
heading on to Game 4.
Game 4. I gotta make.
You don't want to drop
comeback.
Game 4 at home.
No.
Because you'd be down what, 3-1?
I can't get down. It's a 7-game series.
Yeah.
So you're up 2-1.
Though I also don't want to get up 3-1 because as a Chicago Cubs fan, I know how that goes. Anyways, we will see you next time, Texas.